Okay, in the next slide, see actually in this wedge, okay, a small wedge they have taken. This experiment is done by Galileo Galilei. So before that, I want to say some small information. Actually, in a lot of years ago, I think in 16th and 17th century, that time, so lot of belief about motion. So that time, even in that 16th century, that time, and the Galileo, he did an experiment. See, before what we said, an unbalanced force can cause the motion, right? Actually, Galileo did one experiment. So he has taken a small metal piece or a metal ball, whatever you have to take in the inclined plane. Once he leaves this small ball, a small metal piece, what will happen? What will happen to its velocity? It will be continuously increasing or decreasing. It will be continuously increasing. At what height? See, Galileo, he said, at what height he left the metal ball, that much height it can cover in the opposite portion. This is the Galilei argument. Okay. See, and what he said, not only that unbalanced force, so without unbalanced force also, the object can move. For that, if you have taken any object and place it in an inclined plane, once if you leave it means there will be, we are not giving any unbalanced force, the object automatically it can goes and it can move which height it left, that much height it can cover. Okay. So this is that Galileo Galilei experiment, but I'll say that practical, what is the possible for this one, and okay, just wait. Okay, see here, once he left at certain angle, it will go certain distance. At what distance? That means what height they delivered, same distance it can go, right? If we are reducing the angle of others wedge, that means other side. If you are reducing the angle means, so how much height you are leaving, that much height it will try to complete, right? For example, here 3 meter means here also it will be 3 meter. That much distance the object trying to cover. If you are reducing the angle completely in the horizontal surface, that means the theta should be 0 degree, right? So that time what will happen? So what he argued means at what height he released, that much height it can, that much distance it can go. But in practically, what is that possible means? Once if you are leaving any object in an inclined plane, after this portion it covered a certain distance, but we cannot say exactly how much that same distance which we lift from this height, right? Because of the frictional force, because he is not considering about the frictional force, but the frictional force always trying to stop of an object. So remember that. So if it is frictionless means we can say, but friction means, so automatically maybe it can cover, but we cannot say exactly, right? So these studies, these observations studied by Newton's, okay, so he discovered, he gave some fundamental laws that we will see, in the next following slides. Okay, so this is a small experiment, so just read in your book also, you will understand. Okay, so that further the three laws of motion who gave means Isaac Newton. Okay, so he studied that Galileo Galilei observation, and he founded that three laws of motion. Okay, so this one, who's that? Can you say? So this is the Galileo Galilei. Okay, and this person is Isaac Newton. Okay, so he gave some laws of motion. Okay, first law of motion, he gave the three laws of motion. From that first law of motion we will see. Okay, what is meant by first law of motion? An object remains rest or in uniform motion until applied the force. Until you are giving a force, the object is still at rest. For example, until I am receiving the call, I will not take my mobile phone. So that means the mobile phone will be kept at rest position only. Otherwise, in a pipe, the water is flowing in the constant speed. You are going to stop, trying to stop the movement of water. So that you will you will apply some certain amount of force from your finger. So what will happen once the water is flowing? So you are trying to stop the water. So what will happen? Direction automatically will change, right? Direction will change and the magnitude also will change. So unless you are applying any force to an object, whether it will be kept at rest position only. Okay. There are lot of practical example we can give for the first law of motion. Either, see here, an object remains at rest. It will be remains at rest only until you are giving a force. Otherwise, if it is uniformly going means, if it is uniformly moving, any object, if it is uniformly moving means, unless you are applying the force, still it will be moving at uniform speed only. Okay. So this is the first law of motion, fundamental law. Okay. So the next one, I will illustrate some examples. See here, the car at rest remains at rest. If you are not starting the vehicle, right? Otherwise, if you are not start the car will be still kept at rest only, right? So the car is not going anywhere until you are giving until it will be propelled by engine force, powered by engine force, right? So once if we start the engine, then we can give the acceleration. That time the car can move. But if you are not start that engine, what will happen? So the car cannot move. Otherwise, even if you are not pulling that, what will happen? The car cannot move. Okay. So these are the few examples. And one more example. See here. Just look at this is one wooden box. So the wooden block here, they are applying that same opposite amount of force, opposite direction means it will not be moved. If they are coming together and they are applying means it can move. So until they are applying the force, still it will be kept at rest only, right? So an object at rest, right, stays at rest, and an object in motion stays with the same speed and the same direction unless acted upon by the unbalanced force. So unless you are giving any force, the direction or the magnitude will not be changed, it will be same only. See here in the second example, here I have taken one football, it will be rest. So once you are kicking, what will happen? Unless you are applying the force, the ball should be still at rest. And one more thing, force, can we see the force? No, we cannot see the force. We can feel the effect of the force only. So once if we are giving any force, what will be the effect or what are the changes be done? From that only we can observe the force will be there, right? So this is the same example also, right? And here Newton first law of motion. See here, if you are going in the bicycle, okay, suppose heavy wind will be blowing in front of, when you are going in one direction, in front of the direction heavy wind flow will be happening. So what will happen? So you have to give greater force to the pedal to overcome that force of wind. Okay. So otherwise, if you are pedaling faster, means what will happen? You can increase your speed. So unless you are applying the force, the object is still goes at some constant speed, or it will be rest only. Okay. So remember that. So if you are giving lot of that pedaling force, that time it can covers lot of distance also. Okay. Otherwise, if you are not giving any, if you are not pedaling that bike, that cycle, what will happen? After certain distance, due to the force of friction caused by the air, so it will be automatically stop. Okay. The next one, and this is one example. Okay. See, one thing you have to know, that first law of motion also called law of inertia. We can say law of inertia. So what is meant by inertia? I will explain. Okay. Before that, just look at one small boy. He is looking at elephant. He said elephant has more inertia than human, which means it is very harder to change the elephant motion than the human motion. We can change our motion easily, right? But what happened to it will be gigantic, right? So its size will be very big, right, when compared to that human. So that means he has more inertia, that boy said. That means what is meant by inertia? On question mark, right? So I'll explain what is my inertia. Before that, I'm going to ask few questions. You just reply and then we will see that what is meant by inertia. The first one, here one empty, here bucket, okay, an empty bucket, and here full of sand. So which one will be very easy to move? Same size, okay, but one is fully filled with sand and another one will be empty. So of course it will be, we have to give more force for the second one when compared to the first. The first one will be very easy because there is no substance will be present, right? So it will be more difficult to be pushed, right? Okay, that means what it states? Do you have any guess what it relates? Okay, another example I'll give. When you are driving a car, you are going at somewhat 80 kilometers, 70 kilometers speed. So once any object is crossed, any person is coming crossing, or is crossing, so that time what will happen? You have to apply the brake. Once if you apply the brake, what will happen to your body? Your body automatically will go certain forward direction and then come back, right? Because already the vehicle is moving and your body also moving along with the car. So once if you are applying a force, that means you are giving, once you are applying the force through the pedal, from that what will happen? So opposite force will be, it will be trying to stop the vehicle. So trying to stop the vehicle that time, so this force and opposite force will be collide each other. So that time your body will go and come back again. Okay, so I will say that what is meant by inertia. Okay, the first law of motion, also called the law of inertia. Remember that this will be very important. Okay, so inertia, it is nothing but, see here, inertia is the natural tendency of an object to resist the change in its state of motion or rest. It is nothing but inertia means inability of an object. Okay, for example, what can I say? Suppose if you are going in the bus, okay, the bus is moving, okay, bus is going at a certain speed, you are standing that time. So the driver applied the brake. What will happen? You are going forward, right? You are going forward, and then you are scolding, hey, why pa you are applied sudden brake, right? Because your body will not be stopped. Your body, once it will go forward and then only it will be stopped, because already your body is running, your body also going along with the bus. That time if they are applying the force, your body still want to continue that position, that motion, right? So that only it can go and then it will be come back. Okay, so otherwise see here, anything, okay, any object you can take or you can push. Once if you are pushing any object, for if you are giving a less amount of force, small amount of force means it cannot move, right? Because the body should not want, the body does not want to change its motion, right? So after, if you are applying still more some force means it can go and then stop, right? That resisting force, right? The resisting force is nothing, that resisting force is called frictional force. Due to the frictional force, and this body does not want to change the further motion, so that you have to know. Okay, so inertia is nothing but for example, any person any other practical example, one practical example I will say. Okay, suppose if you are stepping out from the moving vehicle, what will happen? Once if the bus is going, you are in that what's called you are in the staircase. Once if you out, what will happen? So you also moving certain distance, no, because already it is moving, so you also moving certain distance. The inability of an motion, that is called inertia. Okay, the mass is nothing but the amount of matter contained in an object. Okay, so and then mass and inertia is directly proportional with each other. That means mass, if it is huge, means inertia will be huge. Okay, so mass is less means inertia will be very less. So mass and inertia both are related with each other. Smaller object have smaller mass, that means smaller inertia. Okay, these are the few things today I said. So you have to remember that one. What is meant by mass? The amount of matter contained. Inertia means inability and of an object. Once if you are applying the force, that object will not want to change its position. Okay, so that's all. So thank you all. I hope you understand. Thank you all.